Right now, somewhere in your house, there's probably a box of pads or tampons in a bathroom cabinet. You don't think about it, you just grab one and go. But here's a question almost nobody asks. What did women do before any of that existed? No stores, no pads, no bathrooms, no privacy. For 99% of human history, none of that was available. So, how did women handle something that happens every single month for thousands and thousands of years? The answer is stranger than you might think. Let's start with the problem. Imagine living in a small tribe, sleeping on the ground wearing animal skins. No laundry, no running water, no soap. Now imagine getting your period in that world. You can't slip away to a clean bathroom. You're surrounded by your community all day, every day. Privacy barely exists. So how do you manage bleeding for days while hunting, walking, and living shoulder to shoulder with dozens of people? But that's where things get interesting. Anthropologists believe early humans were resourceful. Soft moss, especially sphagnum moss, was naturally absorbent and may have been used much like it later was for wound dressing. Grass, soft bark, and folded animal hides likely served the same purpose, almost like primitive pads, but materials were only half the answer. The bigger strategy may have been simpler: minimal clothing. In warm climates, without tight clothing, blood could simply absorb into the ground or sand. Strange to us, but normal to them, and this is where the story takes an unexpected turn. Group living wasn't just about safety or food, it likely helped too. Knowledge passed from mothers to daughters, elders to younger women. In small tribes, there was no privacy to hide behind, so periods weren't a secret. They were just part of life. But here's a twist that surprises almost everyone. Ancient women probably had far fewer periods than women do today. Why? Pregnancy stopped periods completely, and without birth control, pregnancies were more frequent. Breastfeeding, often for years rather than months, delayed ovulation, and a constant physical activity with inconsistent food meant lower body fat, which can also delay menstruation. And many researchers believe ancient women may have menstruated only a few dozen times in their entire lives compared to the hundreds most modern women experience. That's a massive difference, and it changes how we should picture ancient daily life. But periods didn't disappear in importance. This is where the story gets even more interesting. In some early societies, menstruating women were seen as powerful, even sacred, blood linked to life and creation. Other cultures saw it as dangerous or unclean, leading women to separate from the group. Some Native American tribes used moon lodges, not as punishment, but as a time of rest and spiritual significance. Similar customs, special huts, and rituals appeared in parts of ancient Africa and Asia. Some cultures even tracked time using menstrual cycles. The word menstruation itself comes from the Latin word for month, which comes from the word for moon. So ancient humans weren't ignoring periods, they were organizing parts of society around them. Though not always with respect, some cultures developed deep taboos and shame instead. The split reveals something important. Menstruation became a cultural mirror, reflecting how societies viewed women and the body itself. So what does this tell us about being human? It shows how adaptable our ancestors were. With no products and no privacy, they still found ways to manage it, using natural materials, adjusting clothing, and passing down knowledge through generations. And biologically, their lifestyles may have meant periods played a smaller role in daily life than they do now, yet many cultures still built deep meaning around it, sacred enough to shape rituals and calendars. So next time you grab a pad without thinking twice, remember this: you're holding the result of thousands of years of quiet human problem solving, built by women who had no instructions and no privacy. They simply figured it out. So maybe the real mystery isn't how ancient humans dealt with periods. Maybe it's how much of that story we've simply forgotten.